Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Manager, and City Councilors. I'll be very simple about this. We cannot continue to have the police policing themselves. It's very simple. The results of that have led to millions of dollars in litigation. It has resulted in people who should still be alive, who are deceased at the hands of the police. They had families, they had the right to live. Most of these people, if not all of them, were unarmed. There was no de-escalation. I watched the videos. I watched at least 6 videos of excessive force complaints. Most, if not all of these, were people who were unarmed. There was no effort to de-escalate, and there was no accountability for the officer who took somebody's lives unnecessarily. And so it is unsustainable what we are doing here, sending the audit, the cherry-picked audit items to the auditor. They're doing a fine job, but they're only given the information that is cherry-picked for them. We cannot allow the taxpayers to continue footing the bill and people's lives being taken unnecessarily because of a lack of training or whatever, the lack of willingness to de-escalate all of the procedures. I've been to that implicit bias training, 2-day training, and that should, I mean, you should not have to train somebody not to kill a 75-year-old grandmother who doesn't speak English. You should not have to train somebody not to kill somebody who's accused of stealing a beer. You should not have to train somebody to pump 90 bullets into an unarmed young black man's vehicle and multiple bullets into him so that he is now crippled. That should not require training. That requires some change at the leadership level. Let's just be honest about it. And so what I'm requesting is that we look at what we are doing here and the damage that it's causing financially, emotionally, families that are being shredded. Why? Can we not do something better than that? We deserve better. The citizens of this city deserve better.
Hello. Hi, my name is Patty Hartman, and I'm a community member, and I'm kind of echoing Ms. Green's points about just today even, how many things I heard of, oh, this is being done, we're looking at it more closely, more carefully, more deeply, and who's looking into it? It's themselves. And we already have a problem with the most serious kind of incidents, officer-involved deaths, and they investigate themselves along with other local departments. That just on the face of it is, I can't take that seriously, not when I look at the record of police here and the amount of police that, amount of people that were killed. I started following this issue not on purpose, but when I moved here in 2016, I was like, is that another one? Is that another one? It seemed like every couple of months. And what I was amazed at is like, it just was over in a day. No public outrage, no action. And I thought, this is normal procedure, and it continued to be that way. And for about 3 years, we were like #1 compared to similar sized cities in the number of police involved deaths. So I have a problem with the force review cadre too, because it's a team of 7 subject matter experts from force training and internal affairs to conduct a more robust and thorough, blah, blah, blah. It's still in-house. And with the amount of uncomfortable things that have happened since I've been here in 2016, we I agree. We have to demand a different process, and I will state, I may be cut off, police problems are community problems. That means we are the ones who are impacted by what happens. We have a right to be involved, not just to make a 3-minute comment or, and so when you renegotiate that contract, I'm hoping you will include the community to provide input on expanding the parameters of whatever they investigate, because frankly, I don't trust either of you in charge of the police. You have failed to do anything about these serious, serious issues, and that's disrespectful to the community. And my last thing, there are a few officers, and this is what I was going to ask you, few officers who have been involved in several high-profile...
I'm sorry, you're 3 minutes are out.
Can I finish this question, please?
Go ahead.
It's very important. I'll stop then. Several high-profile use of force case and officer-involved deaths. And this goes back from 2010 to current. These officers are still on duty. Where do you come in as far as being able to identify why they are still on, for one thing, but any kind of discipline? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the extra time.
So let me just say that I want to correct you, Patty. You said that Las Cruces was the #1 in police shootings. I think you meant New Mexico was #1 in police. Yeah, no, it was New Mexico. And Albuquerque, unfortunately, was number three city in the United States, and that's what skewed the numbers. Well, sorry, ma'am. I just wanted to point that out. And both to you and the previous speaker, when you said that the police are policing themselves, two things I want to add to that. One, I'm glad that the police, when they see something if one of their colleagues is doing something wrong, that they spot it. I would rather them not. I would prefer they do that. And then, of course, you've got OIR, which does that as well. So I just wanted to point those items out. All right, next speaker.